holidays. Oh boy, Merry Christmas, everybody. Your favorite timely podcast here. It's Movies Are Real, baby. For the month of December 2022. I did it. Hello there, everyone. This is George. This is the podcast where we talk about the movies of the month prior and what we're looking forward to the next month. I am here with Ryan Lance.
Ho, ho, ho. Your present this year? This is a murder podcast. Oh. True crime. I'm going to solve a crime at the end of this podcast.
The Dictator. The murder of Sacha Baron Cohen's character in weird movies? I don't know.
I guess so.
Carrie, how are you doing?
Bah humbug. I'm feeling grumpy, grinchy.
Hello there, everybody. Happy New Year while you're listening to this, because it's January 2023. Hello.
What?
There. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna get out of the way real quick. On this podcast, we usually record the podcast and we watch a movie. We're watching 2012's The Dictator right now with Sacha Baron Cohen, a movie I saw with Ryan Lance.
We did watch it together, yeah.
And I have no memory. I think Snooki's in it for 1 second.
This was I think we were
still Megan Fox.
I think we were still in high school at this time.
Yes, definitely.
This was let's just see a movie with the boys. I think it was one of those.
So
things.
That's why I wasn't.
Exactly.
Yeah. Listen, I hate to say it, but you're not missing out on mine.
I never saw this.
Yeah,
I think our collective opinion was, that was fine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was fine. Anyways, hello everyone. We're talking about December movies. We got some stuff here. There was some movies. There's actually quite a bit on this docket to talk about, which is weird because the December box office, there wasn't a lot of stuff. I feel like that was the thing, that there isn't a lot to watch. But whatever. Anyways, Christmas time. Here's David Harbour. I mixed David Harbour and John Leguizamo into one being there. Violent Night. David Harbour is Santa Claus. He drinks. He's a little different than Santa Claus. The Santa Claus is not your grandpa's Santa Claus. And then John Leguizamo's murdering a bunch of rich people to steal their money. And then David Harbour has to save a little girl and their shitty family. Did we all see this here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan Lance, what did you think of Violent Night?
It's nice. I think it really.
I mean, it's nice. It's
it's nice. It's perfectly palatable is how I would describe it. It's just
perfectly palatable.
Yes. If anyone else was playing this weird version of Santa Claus besides David Harbour, I feel like this would be a very cringe, awkward, weird
Be Bad
movie.
Santa 3.
But but I don't know, he has a very genuineness to him.
Yeah.
And that just kind of fit fat rage that you'll love to see a man like that kick butt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes it fun. All the murder, all the villain stuff, taking money from rich people. It's all right, I get it.
They're cartoon people. They're cartoon.
They are cartoon people, yes. Which is okay, I guess that's how you would make me, side with the rich people. But even though one of them is it begins with describing one of the rich relatives as having committed a sex crime recently. It's I don't know how you're gonna get me to root for that kid after you introduce him like that. But I don't know. It's one of those things where nothing matters. It just watch Santa Claus kill a bunch of people, which is funny, and it's totally fine. I don't know what else to say about it. It's literally what the trailer is making out to look like.
Yeah.
With a lot of, I think my main issue with it though is there is a lot of explanation for why the main villain hates Christmas.
Oh yeah.
That's not really necessary.
Yeah.
It's when I was a kid and Christmas, and then 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's and that's why I can't stomach Christmas.
That's true. That wasn't very good.
It's
I
don't know.
Could it just be I want this money?
Yeah, you guys are rich and awful.
Yeah.
I want to take your money.
I specifically want Christmas money.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I gotta say about Mr. Santa Claus.
Carrie, what did you think?
I agree with Ryan.
That's the thing with this movie. It is what it is.
I really don't know. There's nothing to analyze. There's nothing to think too much about.
Not a lot of dissection with.
No, it was fun, and
my thesis on this movie is I've been struggling to write it all month. It's been a challenge.
I thought the violence was satisfying. So if you want just
Yeah.
a silly, mindless beat 'em up movie,
It is a
It does
John
the
Wick
job.
like.
The-
yeah, but a little funnier, a little silly.
The highlight is we have this little girl who is communicating with David Harbour, Santa Claus, to help, and she does like a Home Alone thing.
Oh,
But
yes.
it's Home Alone. They did it like, well, what if Home Alone was actually as violent as stuff would be if you threw a brick to
Right.
someone's head? And that was probably the most creative and
Yeah.
most standout part in my head was that little section, the Home Alone section. But yeah, like I said, David Harbour is nice. I feel like he's been the type of character he plays a lot is like lovable guy who's also tough when he needs to be, which is what he did in like Black Widow. That's what he does in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of what he's been typecasted in, but I love him. He's good.
Yeah.
People really thought David Harbour was really attractive in this movie. That's the thing.
That's true.
He
I
is.
agree
He is
with that.
attractive.
Yeah, he
He's
is
a
attractive. I'm
nice
just
guy.
I
saying.
did shout that out in my letterbox.
Yeah.
He's very attractive.
He has a charm to him. Yeah.
Anyways, that's Violent Night. It's fine. I would say if it's Christmas 2023 and it's on Amazon Prime, I say sure. Why not? It's gonna be a completely palatable time.
Yeah, put that on the
Perfectly
box.
palatable.
Perfectly palatable. It does not offend my taste when I put it on. Ben Kingsley is in The Dictator, it turns out, folks. Boy, howdy,
There's
huh?
a lot of weird stuff in this movie.
Oh, yep, there is.
There he is. There's Ben Kingsley.
I remember there's a part in this movie where he's in bed with Megan Fox.
That's what it was. I was like, who was? Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, The Fabelmans. Steven Spielberg. He's back, baby.
Some would say Golden Globe winner of Best Drama. But we wouldn't know because it's currently December 2020.
No, I mean, it's January.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Anyways, The Fabelmans. Carrie, how would you describe this movie if someone did not know what the heck this is?
It's like a autobiographical look at half autobiographical, half fantastical look at Steven Spielberg's ascent into a filmmaker.
He's a little kid. He's all like, wow, movie. Again, I haven't seen this movie, actually, I'll say this, but I just assume there is a point where he is sitting in a movie theater and is all like, whoa.
That's the opening of the
Okay, movies.
Yeah, it's Steven Spielberg going, the movies.
The movies,
Yeah,
yeah.
for 3 hours.
Right.
So yeah, I haven't seen it. You two have seen it. Carrie, what was your general thoughts on The Fabelmans? Apparently Seth Rogen's in it? I didn't know this.
True. I liked it. I liked it a lot. And we joke that it's about the movies, but it's also a lot more about his family dynamics, like the interplay between his mom and his dad, and then them having to move and drama associated with that. So it's more of him contending with probably the things that happened in his childhood.
And how film is basically like his outlet for dealing with this.
Exactly.
Not like horrible family life, just like, you know, a lot of like complicated like feelings and like weirdness. But yeah, it's definitely an Oscars movie.
Yes.
Like that is like what they needed to go into it. Like it has like all the basic stuff. Like his dad's like, when are you gonna put this hobby?
Who's Paul
movie?"
Dano, right?
Paul
Yes.
Dano, yeah.
Paul Dano is amazing.
He is
in this
very
movie.
good.
I've been saying it. I don't want to be that person yet again, but here we are
He's
yet
great.
again.
Yeah, he's all like, when are you gonna put this hobby of movies aside? And he's like, but Dad, I love the movies.
Stop, Dad. He's like, when are you gonna be he was a science man.
When are you gonna be computer
When are you
man?
gonna put on science man dad pants like me?
And then his mom's like, I have a lot of personality issues. I just adopted a monkey.
And I'm an artist.
And I'm an artist, yeah.
And who plays
Michelle
Michelle
Williams,
Williams.
who is crazy good. Like
She's
a
so
very
good.
good Michelle Williams performance here.
Oh, okay.
And Seth Rogen plays friend of Paul Dano. They like work together and are friends.
Yeah, it's family friends. So when you go on little like camping trips with his like 3 sisters.
Yes.
It's like him, his 3 sisters, his mom and dad, and good old
also
Uncle Seth.
Rogen is there.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is he the guy who's all like, yeah, movies, let's do them? Or no?
He's very
He's encouraging.
Yeah, he's very encouraging.
But there's also an actual uncle character who shows up, who is like was he an actor or a director or something?
Yeah, he like worked in the movies a bit.
Yeah, he was an industry guy.
Yeah.
And gets to talk to Steven a little bit.
Okay.
Or Sammy.
Yeah, not Steven, Sammy.
So what is it about this movie, I guess, that, because everything you explained to me, like, so far as, like, yeah, this is what I thought it would be. Like, what is it about that would, like, it is best movie as according to the Golden Globes? Like, is it like?
I think it just like it does a lot, and none of it feels like exhausting. As well as all the performances are very good, specifically from like the parents, because like
and the main kid's really good too.
Yeah, and the main kid's very good, which is being in a Steven Spielberg thing is always like, oh, but when you're playing basically Steven Spielberg, it's like, okay, that's gotta be a tough shoes to fill there. But it's just like, following him as like a young kid, and then all the family trauma, and then I feel like a lot of like the stuff goes on with when he moves to California and goes into school there, and it's this very different from the life that he's used to. Specifically, a lot of anti-Semitism, which was very jarring when like the first half of the movie has none of that, and then you hear all those like anti-Semitic slurs, and it's like whoa, I was not ready for this. And then being isolated from like all his friends and everything, and then going back to movies as like an outlook for dealing with everything is just very nice. And then because it's Steven Spielberg, it's framed like a great movie. There's a lot of like interesting shots and a lot of interesting character dynamics, specifically with a lot of the bullies at the school. I think that was probably the most interesting thing with me is the final interaction with him and like the main bully character. But yeah, it's just, and then like the ending has like a very fun David Lynch cameo as John Ford, which, man, I don't know how he hasn't gotten any Best Supporting Actor nominations, because that was very good. And yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's just everything about it is just like, that was very good. Right. Like objectively, very, very well made, Mr. Spielberg. You did it again.
It feels like kind of like Licorice Pizza, just strictly structure-wise, because it feels like we're going from vignette to vignette of his life. It's like, here's this thing, let's work through this, and then we go on the camping trip, or we go to this part or this part. So it feels like you're watching a series of small little episodes.
Yeah, just like small important moments in this person's life.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay.
I liked it a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I need to get that done before we do our best of. That's the Fabelmans. Aftersun. This is A24, right? Okay, I've seen a trailer for this, and by seeing a trailer, I mean I have seen a thumbnail for it, and I haven't clicked on it because I thought it was a movie for next year, and I was like, I'll watch that in the movie theater, but apparently it's out already. Ryan, do you know what this movie? Can you explain what this movie is?
Yes, this is a movie about a young, recently divorced father going on a little vacation with his 11-year-old daughter.
I'd say maybe a little older than that. I'd say like 13.
Yeah, like middle school age daughter. And the whole movie is just them like spending time like at this like hotel.
Yeah, it feels like a resort kind of thing. And that's really it. It's just, and she's filming it on like a handheld camera.
Yes,
they have a handheld camera.
And she films a lot of it. Yeah, and it's just their interactions and their relationship, and just exploring, what she is going through at her age, as well as, clearly, there's a lot of depression in this father's life that he's trying to, not make clear to his daughter. But it's, it feels like it's at a boiling point for him. So it's hard to like, keep that down at all times. But yeah, it's just an emotional drama talking about a father-daughter relationship.
At a cool hour and 30 minutes, folks. My God, that's a stamp of quality if I've ever seen one. Carrie, did you have anything to say about that?
I think this movie is fantastic. It's very emotional, and it will hit you in the feels, guaranteed.
Did you see it Did y'all see this in a movie theater? Or did you see it at home?
We were the Alamo for
we were the only ones there.
Okay.
That was a weekend of us being the only ones there.
Yes, I think we had the same server every time too. Because I think I remember that
And
next time.
I think we literally were in the exact same theater both nights.
This is
and
the one we
sat
did for
in
the one.
exact same seats.
Yeah.
So that was when we did Aftersun, and then the next night we did White Noise.
Yes.
It was a great weekend.
that is a fun double feature.
I will say I'm glad we did this Aftersun first.
Yes.
Not White Noise first. That would have been a bummer.
Yes.
Yeah, you still can't rent it on the old streaming platforms. It's one of those. But okay.
I wonder why it was so limited. Probably because it's a hard sell.
It doesn't sound like a really big movie. Like it's just
No,
like
it's
a
very, very intimate.
yeah.
No, I would be surprised if this movie cost more than $1 billion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really good though.
It is a very good like performance thing. It's all based on an experience the director had with her father, apparently. So it's semi-autobiographical. But yeah, very like just a good performance thing, and it's been rated like one of the best movies of the year. So I think that's why me and Carrie were interested in seeing like what it was.
Charlotte Wells. Yeah, I'm not familiar with anything that they've done before. Okay. Cool. That's Aftersun, folks. This is the podcast with the most movies George has not seen. So this is mostly that Carrie and Ryan showed today. The Adult Swim Yule log, from reading this on the show notes, sounds like not a movie, but I'm told it is a movie. Carrie.
Mm-hmm. It's by the same people who did
Too Many Cooks.
Too Many Cooks.
Oh!
Too Many Cooks. But it starts off as
A Yule log?
a Yule log, and it goes on like that for like 3 or 4 minutes. But you find out that one of our main characters is a guy who makes those Yule log videos and uploads them to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And they're staying. Him and his girlfriend are staying.
Oh, that sounds great.
In this
actually.
Airbnb, and a lot of weird. It's a big year for Airbnb movies last year, but same sort of setup as Barbarian, where they're trying to have this getaway, and he's trying to propose to his girlfriend, but then a group of stoners show up and have also rented this Airbnb. But also there's this element of the cops coming by and being like, now, this is on sacred land, and I saw that our evil tree has been cut down. Do you know anything about that? And
Big Adult Swim.
But so as the night progresses, some weird things begin happening.
That sounds great, actually.
It's so funny.
This movie literally has everything in it. Like, and it's very interesting just because like it begins with like just that shot of the Yule log.
Right.
And it kind of stays that way for a long time. Like you kind of like hear things happening outside the Yule log.
Mm-hmm.
And then like eventually it like slowly pans out and you see like more of like the people. But for the most part, you are just watching a Yule log for a lot of the time.
That sounds really.
But then like once it like gets like movie, it is very like the nonsense parts of Too Many Cooks.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like something from those guys, those people.
Yeah, it is a very fascinating film. And it was just, just kind of dropped. It was just on Adult Swim apparently one night.
Yeah, well, I saw it because I was looking for something to watch on
Hulu.
HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
And I went to horror, and it was at the top of the horror section, and I was like, what? And so I didn't think anything of it. But then everyone was talking about it the next day, and apparently I saw it like right as it dropped. And I was like, oh! So then I watched it that day.
Okay. Well, that sounds
this
really fun.
This was marketed as like it was on Adult Swim, like, hey, we're just gonna show a Yule log. That's all we're gonna do. And then it was, what it was, and then just it was put on HBO Max the next day, and it really blew up from there. So yeah, it's very, very fun.
I'm gonna add that to my watch list.
It's hard for me to like. I don't think I gave it like a rating just because like I don't know how to rate this because it's so weird, but it is very fun and very interesting.
Okay, cool. All right, continuing the movies I don't know anything about. The Eternal Daughter, which I saw a poster for this, and then I saw Ryan's review, which apparently this is a movie in the Souvenir universe.
Yes,
damn it!
Yes, I didn't know either when I started watching it.
Okay, good.
I was like,
because what happened was like
awesome.
I was like, because it was a very good movie. It's all about like Tilda Swinton plays like her basically
the director. Self-insert character.
Yeah, they're just self-insert character, and she is like on a little vacation with her mom, who's also played by Tilda Swinton. And it's just like them interacting and having like this vacation while she's like old, and clearly there's been a lot of like stuff going on in their relationship that they're trying to have some like time together with, very like soft and intimate, but also some eras of a little spooky, but like more atmospheric and just more dramatic. But then like when I finished the movie, like that was very good. Like I looked down with the letterbox and I scrolled down to like movies in this series, and I saw the Souvenir Part 1 and 2. I was like, what the hell? Am I missing something? And apparently, because like the Souvenir has like Tilda Swinton and then her daughter.
Tilda Swinton's real life daughter. Plays Joanna Hogg's self-insert character.
And basically, this takes place years after, where Tilda Swinton is now playing her daughter's character, and Tilda Swinton
middle age. And Tilda Swinton is in the Souvenir as well, playing the mom of the Joanna Hogg character, who is played by her real life daughter.
Yes. So crazy.
So then in this movie, yes, Tilda Swinton is playing the aged up version of the character originally played by her real life daughter, and also reprising her role as that character's mom.
Yes, with some pretty good old lady makeup, yeah. But yeah, it's also a big like, oh, they shot this in COVID.
Well, yeah.
Because there are like 4 characters, and 2 of them are Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, and it's a running bit of the movie where her and her mom are like, are we the only... Because they're at a little bed and breakfast type thing that's like a really small hotel in this English countryside, it feels like. And they're trekking in, and there's one of the best parts is the receptionist. I love her character. She's very funny. But she is like a kind of an over her job character, but not in an obnoxious way, just kind of like, yeah, whatever. But when they're checking in, Tilda Swinton is like, I want to guarantee that we have this specific room, because she's trying to take her mom. Her mom lived, it's like a big house. Her mom lived in this house for a period of time.
Before it became like a hotel.
Yeah. And she wanted a specific room that overlooked the garden. And the girl was like, I don't know if we can guarantee that room for the next day. But then as they're moving through the hotel, you never see any other guests. So they're like, are we the only people here? Why can't we get our room?
And also like, then like after that interaction, they like turn to like the keys, and like all the keys are still there because there's no one there. It's like, oh, okay.
It's so funny.
But it's hard for me to describe this, but it is another very good, like, oh, Tilda Swinton is doing good performances, and this is clearly very well written and well directed.
And it stands on its own, even if you haven't seen the Souvenir movies. It works.
Which is very interesting. Yeah, that's why it was so surprising. It was like, what the heck?
It's definitely a different vibe from the Souvenir movies, because those are a lot more...
After you realize...
I was going to say those are a lot more serious. This isn't goofy. But those movies are a lot more, oh my god. This movie is just kind of more... reflective. Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Because I was about to say, like, when you realized this was a sequel, did that, like, make anything in the movie, like, oh...
No, not... Okay. It's just more of like, oh, we're still doing this. Joanna Hogg is exploring her life and her relationship with her mother more, and I am here for it.
Okay. Interesting.
That's wild that this is a trilogy of films.
Awesome.
An 1984 trilogy of movies very, very, very few people have seen.
In my review, I definitely made this is my multiverse of madness joke. Because her real life dog is in the movies too. That's her real dog.
It's a very good dog.
It's a good dog.
Interesting. All right. Well, that's the Eternal Dollar, I guess. Apparently you can watch it even if you haven't seen the other Souvenir movies. White Noise. Noah Baumbach is back, baby.
Clap.
Noah Baumbach is back, folks. Back on Netflix with another motion picture that is sure to be as popular and as beloved, and as everyone's gonna love it. Critically acclaimed movie.
We'll get a Criterion release for sure.
Immediately, like that's the only version you can get of it. White Noise with Adam Driver and Greta Gerwig and Don Cheadle also. Yeah. I guess this is a movie I have seen, so I guess I could explain it. I didn't know this until afterwards, but apparently this is an adaptation of a book.
Yes. A very
book-
small book, actually.
A book that I've heard people describe as unfilmable,
Yeah.
which I guess makes sense.
Yeah, I almost bought this book. I looked at it at Barnes & Noble, and it looked like it was like 200 pages, and I was like, how the hell is this movie a 200-page book?
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot going on in this movie, but the gist is Adam Driver here is the #1 expert in the world on Hitler. This guy, he knows Hitler in and out, you know? Everybody loves that he knows so much about Hitler. It's super cool that he knows so much about Hitler.
Awesome.
And he's married to Gerda Gerwig, who are each other's fourth spouse, and they have kids from many other relationships and marriages, and they're all a little bunch of freaks and weirdos, but one of them is really smart and really like knows a lot about like I guess science and medicine and all this shit. One of them is a little sneak, like they know this, their mother Gerda Gerwig is hiding something, and she's really I don't know, just like a little crafty, sneaky little kid. The youngest has no personality, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they're just...
His personality is 4.
Oh, okay, that's true. And then, was there 4 kids or 3?
There was 4 kids.
Who was the other one?
It was another sister.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, so the movie is split up into 3 parts, where the first part was just like, oh, Adam Driver loves Hitler, and we love that about him. That's great. He doesn't know German. Isn't that embarrassing? And then the second part...
Let's be clear. He loves discussing
He loves
Hitler.
discussing Hitler.
He doesn't love Hitler.
No.
He loves the
Intellectually,
idea of
he loves him.
Yes,
He finds him fascinating.
Yes.
And then the second part, what do they call it? The toxic
Airborne toxic
events.
Yes. Great band name.
Yeah.
Well, that is a band.
A
Yeah,
weird
exactly.
natural disaster happens. While Adam Driver is in complete denial of it, like, that never happens here. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I mean, it's coming. It looks pretty bad.
It's blowing this way.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
radio
no, it's
says.
fine. I mean, it blows. It's fine. And so then that happens, and they survive through that. In the third part of the movie, we find out what Gerda Gerwig was being all weird and was hiding pills, and we go through this whole rabbit hole of these pills, and this guy who makes the pills, and yeah, and then that resolves, and then the movie ends. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff that happens in this movie. There's a lot of symbolism. There's a lot of commentary about consumerism in the 80s, which is where it takes place. There's a lot of stuff being thrown around. And if you're not catching any of this stuff, it just seems like a really weird movie with Adam Driver being very funny because he's a real little weirdo freak.
And sometimes that's all a movie needs to be, George.
Sometimes that's the stuff I liked about it, at least. All the stuff with Adam Driver was great, and that's what I gotta say. He's really weird. Yeah, that's all I thought it was. I enjoyed the parts that I enjoyed. Because of that, I enjoyed the first 2 parts more than the third part. The first 2 parts we get a lot more of that weird Adam Driver stuff. And then the third part is like weird tonal shift and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if I recommend this movie to anybody though. Yeah, I don't know, Carrie. What do you? Yeah.
I thought this movie was awesome. I love this movie. This is one of those movies that was exactly my kind of movie because it's like everyone's insane. All of the dialogue is fucking weird. And everyone's doing things that don't make sense.
Yeah.
And it's surreal and absurd, and I love it. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that might be the hardest I've laughed in a movie theater. At least in the month of December, for sure. But yeah, I think that movie's fantastic. And I think Adam Driver is fucking hilarious in it.
Adam Driver is a very, very good comedian.
He's so fucking funny.
He has such a unique sense of like delivery because like I guess I'd compare it to like Michael Shannon in Knives Out because like he's a very angry there's like an anger in him.
Yeah, there's
so
a terseness.
Yeah, so when he delivers like weird comedy, it's like, oh, this is amazing actually. But yeah, I do agree that like I feel like the third part is definitely my least favorite. I think it has some interesting stuff with it, and tonally and visually it is completely different, but the way it resolves is very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just so fun and weird, and each part is so different, but like always entertaining because it's always Adam Driver kind of just being confused, but like angrily confused. Like, why?
And it's literally every movie genre.
Yes, all in one.
There's even like a horror scene where he has that weird sleep paralysis dream and it goes on for so long.
Where the demon like just takes a wicked piss and then goes back into his head.
I forgot about that part.
So funny.
Oh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. It did remind me a little bit of The Dead Don't Die, which is how I knew you would like it, Carrie. This is what this reminds me of. But yeah, I don't know.
I do think underrepresented in the discussion of this film was Don Cheadle is great in this. Yes. He is very funny. I love how he's another professor with Adam Driver, and he's trying to kickstart like a program about Elvis.
Yeah, he's his Hitler.
Yeah, he's like, Elvis is my Hitler.
To him, it's just Elvis is Elvis, but to me, he's like my Hitler. You know?
And one of the best parts of the movie is them like have like a dual lecture where they're both talking about like Elvis and Hitler like at the same time.
It feels like choreographed.
Yes.
Like a performance piece. It's so fucking
It's
funny.
so strange.
And everyone's like, yo, this guy's spitting. No.
Yeah, it was just like a class like. And like, because it's the 80s, like, I don't know how the word of mouth on this class happened because people just like are flooding into this small auditorium.
It's really funny.
Just like, oh my God, we gotta check out this Hitler Elvis discussion.
But yeah,
Hitler at the end. It's so funny.
Hitler's mother was above
Hitler's mother coddled him. They slept in the same bed. It's so funny.
And then it ends in a musical number by LCD Sound System.
Yeah, I listen to that song a lot. It's very catchy.
So yeah, it's definitely not for everyone. It's an acquired taste of a movie, but it's certainly.
But if it's your taste, good
taste.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Dream triple feature.
Mm-hmm.
Dead Don't Die. Annette. This.
I might go to the bathroom during the middle of this.
I really have no clue what way Barbie's gonna go. Like, yeah, I have no, because I got told, like, because Donna Jo, who's my wife, our good friend, like, she was really excited for the Barbie movie, and I was like, that's being like directed by the fucking oh my God, I can't forget her name, Lady Bird director, and the person who did Marriage Story and What Noise wrote it. So we'll see. I'm excited to see how that turns out.
Excited.
But yeah. Anyways, Babylon. Speaking of Margot Robbie, who is the star of Barbie, another movie I didn't see. Damon Chazelle, baby, he's back from Whiplash and La La Land to make a movie about Hollywood
again.
Yeah.
But this time, edgy.
Yeah, I think this was made like because like he made after La La Land, he made First Man. And even though like the critics really like that, like no one
I
saw it.
forgot about First Man.
I'm gonna be honest. I started First Man and I fell asleep.
I think that might have been the problem.
He might have been mad at me.
This definitely feels like he was trying to recapture that because it's another Hollywood movie, but it feels like the B-side to La La Land, but also like the B-side is covered in cum and blood. Okay. That's how I would describe this movie.
And A is like super clean and shiny and sparkly a little bit.
Yes, it's a very sweet, like there's no like sexual stuff in that movie either.
No.
Yeah, no, but like it is very front and center in this one. It's also like kind of like divvied up more between like a lot of different characters because there is Margot Robbie, who wants to be a movie star, and it's set in like the high point of silent film era, basically.
Oh, okay.
And it goes into like when the talkies started, basically. And then there is another character who basically wants to work in Hollywood as a producer, and he kind of does like crap jobs for various people trying to get into the industry. And then Brad Pitt's character, who is already a big movie star, and just like him going about doing his thing, as well as there's some smaller things. There is a man who wants to be in the pictures as doing like his jazz music. He's a trumpet player, am I right? And then there is that Asian lady, like, what does she do again? Because she was in the pictures for a little bit. She was mostly like a weird performer in like the weird sex shows.
She seemed to just be like someone who came and did performances at the parties. She seemed like a dancer. Kind of. I don't know if she seemed like an entity that everyone knew about. Like, here she is.
Yes. And the movie's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
It is long and it is loud and it is wild. And I think to its detriment, it begins with, because like in the trailers, George, like it had like the big party stuff.
Yeah.
That is the first like 20 minutes of the movie. This insane, like just unlike imaginable sex, weird, cocaine, orgy, piss, shit, elephant party.
Just what I imagine the movie like, climax is.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Climax is like I couldn't get the idea of Damien Chazelle being a squeaky clean little guy out of my head while I was watching Babylon. So everything, no matter how crazy it was, everything felt sanitized. Mm-hmm. That might just be me, but when you're watching Climax, you're like, oh, this guy's a fucking freak.
So anyways, and the rest of the movie is not that?
It's still crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It just has a lot less of that. And I think, at least to me, like, it beginning that hard and, like, just, like, relentlessly, like, visual, just nonsense, like, I feel like that was to its detriment, because it was just like, what am I looking at? Like, what is going on here? And then it, like, goes on and basically just becomes The Sound of Music.
Oh.
Like, it's and, like, what annoys me is, like, it plays, like, we know, and it's like, but you're just doing Sound of Music.
The ending of this movie is fucking insane.
It is insane.
But is it good?
No. Well, the ending by itself, no, I think it's stupid.
I think this
it's
movie,
really funny.
I think this movie has like scenes and sequences that are really good.
I really agree.
But as a whole, it is an absolute mess. It is a crazy mess.
I think I like it more than I dislike it, but I also feel like it has some problems. But there are some scenes, like Damien Chazelle is extremely talented. The dude knows how to make a good scene, and there's so many,
especially cut with like sound and music.
Exactly, there's so many really well crafted scenes, and the entire movie has a really good magnetic energy. I thought I was never bored watching it. I don't know.
No, you're never bored.
But it's just, I don't know. It feels weird coming from him, but I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds bloated also.
It is a bit bloated, yeah.
There's too many characters doing stuff.
What is Tobey Maguire doing in this fucking movie?
My god, one of the best parts of the when I'm talking about like the great scenes, he is basically towards the end, like Margot Robbie like has had her rise and fall.
She has her ascent into stardom, and then she kind of loses her popularity and gets into some trouble with some gambling and some gangsters.
And Tobey Maguire is the lead of like these mafia people, and he is the slipperiest little grossest man you've ever seen. Awesome. And it is such a funny and like also like very good performance. Mm-hmm. Like he is a little creep. Like you feel like I can take this guy out because he looks weak, but also I'm so scared.
Your punches would just
slide right off of him. But it's also like, oh, I'm also terrified of this man. But yeah, that's one of the best parts. And then also I really liked one of the bits is basically The Sound of Music is when they start doing the talkies, Margot Robbie has a very like Harley Quinn-esque voice. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So she's like, hey, like it's like a New Jersey kind of thing. So when the talkies start, it's like, oh. And like one of the best scenes is like her trying to do her first talkie.
Yeah. And this is my favorite scene of the whole
movie. It is a very, very good scene. And just like all the like, no one knows how to make this work because no one's done this before. Mm-hmm. She's like not used to doing it. They're like, it's exploring the set of a movie, incorporating audio and having to think about audio for the first time. Yes. So they have like specific marks they have to hit because that's where the mic is. They have an audio guy monitoring stuff, and they have the camera in this box because the camera would be too loud if they had it not in that box. And it's such a good scene. And then also Margot Robbie can't be too loud because her voice.
Right. Her voice keeps the audio.
She's a very like, she became popular because she's a very magnetic, movable performer. Now she's just a stiff and under the microphone.
Right.
And it's very fascinating, cut very tense and sweaty. So it's a very, very good sequence. It's a shame there's a rest of the movie.
Well, yeah,
Well, okay. Oh, that's Babylon. That feels like a movie.
And then another scene I thought was good, but also weird is the rise of like the trumpet guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That was a rough scene.
Oof, yeah.
It's this black guy, and
he would do music for the movies. Like they would have a jazz band off screen.
And then and they were trying to do like the musical stuff, and it's like, why aren't this working? And then like he pitches to the main character, who's now a producer at this point, being like, you should be filming us because we're like doing things. And he's like, that's great. So he like becomes kind of like the first like black performer in Hollywood, specifically for doing jazz music. And one of the roughest scenes is him like doing like a show, and like because of like the lighting and his skin tone, they're like, you look too white.
Yeah,
and
in
we're
comparison to some of the darker skin tones of the rest of the band members.
So like the producer guy, who is he's a Mexican fella. So he like has to do the awkward thing of like talking to the person of color, like, hey, we need to darken your face. And it is a very tense, awkward, uncomfortable state. And you could just like, the jazz guy doesn't say anything for the most part. He's just like, you just see like him processing like everything, and just like, I really, really hate this. It's a very good scene. Right, it's just also very rough, and also like, oh boy, Hollywood sucks.
Yeah.
But
I think that is the most succinct point of. I think Chazelle was trying to be like the dark side of Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think that was the most effective of Jesus.
Yes. And especially just like, because it's really because they're really the only two people of color working in Hollywood at this current point. So it's just like very uncomfortable, especially for them to be having this conversation. At least to me, it's like, oh boy. But yeah, I feel like those three scenes were like, this is very good. Also, all the Brad Pitt stuff kind of sucked.
I mean, Brad Pitt kind of sucked.
He's kind of a wooden guy.
Yeah. I was glad. I was worried because I was hesitant about seeing this because I was worried there would be too much Brad Pitt. Not too much Brad Pitt. A tasteful, as tasteful as you can be with Brad Pitt. Amount of Brad Pitt.
Okay.
But I think this movie is good, but I think it's also with like several asterisks that I think this movie is good.
I think this is a movie that I would recommend watching at home with the ability to pause, to take a break every once in a while, because it's a bit much.
It also feels like a movie's gonna be forgotten to time.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel not even close as much of like a moment like La La Land was. I don't think it'll have.
It also borrows a lot of musical cues from La La Land, which I
didn't even notice.
I noticed it a lot. I don't know why, because I haven't seen La La Land in a while. But like you'd like hear a few like like just like in there, and it's just like that's very cool, and like it like makes sense because they're both Hollywood movies. But like when one is so like
bigger and
grosser than the other one, it just feels weird, and it doesn't like connect as well. Like if they were both like
they share the same record in your analogy, Ryan.
Yeah, exactly. It's I don't know. It's bizarre.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to watch Babylon. I have no interest in it. It's too long.
That's fair.
Also, everybody who's seen Boogie Nights says this movie's just Boogie Nights.
I haven't seen Boogie Nights.
And I haven't seen Boogie Nights, and I'd rather see Boogie Nights.
My friend who really likes Boogie Nights said that the Tobey Maguire scene is reminiscent of that.
Alfred Molina scene?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I also started Boogie Nights and then stopped watching it.
Yeah,
but
there you go.
Not for any Boogie Nights' bad reasons. I just was like, I don't think I'm in.
Not in the mood.
I'm not ready for this today.
Not ready to boogie today.
Nope.
Speaking about not ready to boogie, not great time, Darren Aronofsky, my best friend, director of the film Mother, director of the film Noah.
Oh, yeah.
Which I forget anything about it.
I forgot about that.
It's got Emma Watson in it. And, here we go, The Whale, with Brendan Fraser and Sadie Sink of Stranger Things and that One Fear Street movie, and Brendan Fraser of Brendan Fraser fame. You may know me as the guy in George of the Jungle. Kara, you saw this. None of us wanted to watch it. You saw
I
it.
took the bullet.
Uh-huh. And
She did it for you at home.
as I understand, this is a movie about a dad and a daughter.
Yeah. Basically, I don't know how much I need to get into, but basically, it becomes clear that this man has a week to live. And he's like, I gotta fix all this shit in my life.
Okay.
But he's also a very overweight man who has a lot of mobility issues, can't really leave his apartment on his own, has a lot of health issues, obviously, with his impending death. And so it's him, and he also teaches an online writing course. And I don't even know where to start. I just didn't like this movie. It's not very good. My main problem with this movie is the whole conceit of it is people are amazing, but the entire time it feels like a movie that is making fun of this man. It's not, but it feels like it is, because I just don't trust Darren Aronofsky.
Sure.
I think he's a douche.
Yeah,
so.
that was the main reason why I didn't watch it.
Also, same here. It seems like everyone's calling it like the return of Brendan Fraser, and I was like, it seems like Brendan Fraser deserves better.
Yeah.
I agree. he's really good. His performance is good. I also, this is based on a stage play, so I don't know how much of the writing is Darren Aronofsky
or the stage play.
But he is
the
still
writing sucks ass.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. And it's a movie that insists that it's like, isn't this so much compassion? Isn't this wonderful? But it's not lending that same compassion to this character. In my opinion, it feels, there's just so many scenes that feel like they're verging on parody. Like, it's just insane. And I don't know if it would be different if it's, because it plays like an addiction type movie, because there's a lot of tension that comes from you watching him give into his bad habits, even though you know that it's detrimental to his health. But it just feels like a movie that didn't need to be made, honestly. But I think the guy who wrote the play, I think it was partially based on his own life, if I remember correctly. So it might be something that he went through. So in that case, fine. Work out your shit. Maybe don't give it to Darren Aronofsky. Because even if this was like, I don't know, this might just be a personal Carrie hang-up, but you guys seem to agree that I just don't think that Darren Aronofsky is a compassionate person.
No, he hasn't made compassionate movies.
Yeah, no. I'm like...
Because, like, that's why...
Have you seen Requiem for a Dream? It's not a very...
I think the closest, like, grounded Darren Aronofsky movie to this would be The Wrestler. It's sort of...
Yeah, sure. I forget he did that.
Because that's why I wasn't interested, because, like, I would watch a movie with Brendan Fraser playing a character who, you know, I would assume like depression and like, you know, bad life decision got him to this point where it's affecting his health in such a terrible way.
Brendan Fraser's the wrestler.
Yeah, I would watch that, but I don't. Darren Aronofsky like leading the charge makes me like, I don't trust like the writing or how you present this. Or just any of
Also, it seemed like a miserable movie. It seemed like a bad time.
So fucking miserable. And it's like, it doesn't pay off in a good way. Like, the final scene, a lot of people like this movie, and if you do, I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but I just feel like it doesn't really work, at least for me. I don't know. It just all feels like it's playing like a joke, but it's not. It's serious, but... I will say that Hong Chow from, she was also in The Menu. She played the
tortillas, delicious tortillas.
Yes, the only parts of this movie that work for me are the scenes between her and Brendan Fraser.
Who is she in this movie?
She is, you guys aren't going to watch this, so this is kind of a plot spoiler, but...
Spoilers for the whale.
She's a doctor. And she will come over and help him with his health issues, or she'll bring him stuff that he needs, or she'll help him out. And you find out there's this whole other element where there's this door-to-door religious guy who happens upon Brendan Fraser and makes it his personal mission to save Brendan Fraser and bring him to the light. Yeah, it's so much of that. But then you find out that because he's trying to re-establish the connection with his daughter, whom he walked out on because he was in love with one of his male students. And so they were in a relationship, but that male student got involved with the same, it's like, I don't remember what they call it, like Bright Hope or something. It's some religious group that the boyfriend was also involved with when he was a kid, but then it made his family distance themselves from him once he came out and was with Brendan Fraser. But Hong Chau, they were adopted. Hong Chau is his adopted sister.
Oh.
So that's the connection between her and Brendan Fraser.
Okay.
So those scenes really work because it's her and the reason that he spirals into this depression is the boyfriend winds up killing himself because of all of the tumultuous religious crap. And so then she tends to Brendan Fraser because she doesn't want to watch another person that she loves die. But here we are.
Mm-hmm.
But
seems like a bummer.
It's such a bummer, and it's not even a well-executed bummer, so it feels like a waste of time.
I usually love a bummer.
I know, but so all the scenes, because you can tell that she has a genuine care for him, so those scenes kind of work, and her performance is just really good, so I like those parts. Everything that Sadie Sink does is just annoying, but that's her character.
I was gonna ask.
Because she has a lot of resentment for Brendan Fraser, obviously, so she's just basically, he reaches out to her because he knows he's gonna die, but he just wants to spend time with her, so he's like offering to give her money, and she just comes over and he does her homework for her, and it's all very depressing and not worth it, in my opinion, and also just not well done.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought about this.
But Brendan Fraser's performance is good. I just wish he was in a better movie. Mm-hmm. So if he were to get acting accolades for it, I wouldn't say they're undeserved, but I just don't want to get rewards.
The only awards this movie needs is Brendan Fraser specific awards.
Yes.
Okay, I'm also fine with that.
But yeah, I'd say it's bad.
Okay, well, that's the whale, folks. I don't know what to tell you. There we go.
More like the hater.
Damn.
I know, right?
Speaking of whales, everybody! James Cameron is back, folks. It has been a decade. It has been more than a decade and change. We are here, ladies and gentlemen, in January to discuss the sequel to Avatar. Avatar, The Way of Water, starring James Cameron, your good friend Sam Worthington, your best friend Zoe Saldana. Sigourney Weaver is here as a child, as a teenager. Stephen Lang, he's back, baby. Stephen Lang, the highlight of the first Avatar. Incredible, Stephen Lang.
Of course.
And Kate Winslet. Where do we start here? So you guys saw it first.
Yes.
I saw it later. Because
I guess we both saw it 3D
at Alamo Draft House.
Alamo Draft House.
Yes.
How did you see
I saw it first by myself after a winter storm, like I did the first Avatar, in Alamo Draft House at regular 3D, and then I saw it subsequently in IMAX 3D at high frame rate.
Oh.
I guess I'll start here. So I don't like the first Avatar very much. I rewatched it in anticipation for this on an airplane on my phone, as James Cameron intended. And I thought, that's a movie. I don't know. That's a movie, I guess. It's the same. It's Dances with Wolves, as everyone says. It's Ferngully, as everyone says. Nothing, whatever. I watched it on my phone. I watched the not remastered version. Because the new version that they're showing in theaters, and it's only been available in theaters, you can't watch it yet, they haven't re-released in 4K, is a remastered version of that. Because guess what? In a decade plus, your CG effects, they don't look good anymore that good. I mean, they look fine, but like, the main characters look good, but like, the creatures look weird, and it could look better. So I watched, not the extended cut, also. And my thought is that the movie's entertaining, it's fine, it's not very good. I never saw it in 3D when it came out.
Me neither.
I saw it in 2D, and I was like, that's a movie, I guess. It's kind of disappointing from the guy who made Titanic and Terminator 2, and how huge of a fucking... Besides people watching Avatar and losing their minds for Avatar and being the #1 movie of the year, like, this movie was marketed insane. Again, I need to show you the trailers for it. It was like, the man who brought you Terminator, Titanic, True Lies, his next big movie, Avatar. Like, it was like the biggest thing in the fucking planet. And it's fine. It was fine. Years gone by, this movie's finally gets a joke, haha, James Cameron's making his sequels, whatever the hell. I go see Avatar. I was curious, like, I need to see this thing. I go to El Salvador, you guys go watch Avatar, whatever the hell. And so I sit down and watch Avatar in 3D at Alamo Draft's house. And the first parts of the movie is like, man, this is whatever, who gives a shit, whatever. Then we get to the water. Then we get to the fucking water. First of all,
George, the Way of Water.
George, the Way of Water. George Cruz is a person who does not like the zoo very much. It kind of bums me out. Not a big fan of it. My favorite part of the zoo was when the prairie dogs at our local zoo escaped and they were hanging out everywhere. And then they moved the prairie dogs somewhere. They're all good, but they don't live there anymore. But the aquarium, I fucking love the aquarium. And folks, this is a very expensive aquarium ride where you're hanging out with whales and you're hanging out on the reef and it's all good times. And also, there's Avatar people also. But the whales and the stuff, that's great. That's fantastic, whatever. And I thought that was fine. That was pretty good. That was fun. I like that. That was all right. Then I saw it in IMAX high frame rate 3D. And I'm here to tell you, give me Avatar 3, give me Avatar 4, give me Avatar 5. I want to live in Pandora, baby. Let's fucking go. But this story is nothing. But the story is nothing. All I have to say is, the story here is not very good, but the special effects that they did with the water and the whales is just amazing. I think it's awesome as hell. Carrie, what did you think of this movie?
I really like the whale.
Yeah, the whale's pretty good.
Finally, a good whale. You know what I'm saying?
It is a little silly when they start talking and they don't tell you that it talks. And when the first thing it says is like, it's too painful. It's a little funny. I was kind of all in, but
I gotta say, I was laughing when the scene where. Spoilers. The scene where they kill that mother whale, that was very upsetting. I did not like
it was a
that
bummer.
scene.
Yeah.
But afterwards when Kate Winslet was like, she was a composer.
Yeah.
I was like,
I know. As a lot of people don't like it, I was all in.
I also love how they're like, it was
so
Will, but
silly.
actually, because of all this brain stuff, it's actually smarter than us. They have like relationships, family,
Yeah.
like in the way this was like the smartest thing on the planet, and it's fucking dead now. Isn't that funny, guys? Which is very weird.
I still felt bad, but it was just really funny.
I was all in. I was into their peace, fucking tree hugging bullshit, as James Cameron calls it. I was all in. But yeah, you like the whales.
I do like the whales. That's literally my main takeaway of the movie. That the whales were awesome, and I agree that everything, the water was lovely.
Ryan Lance.
I couldn't have reached for a gun to kill myself quick enough.
Come on.
But you didn't find this film perfectly palatable?
No. It's just like, it's about nothing.
Yes, I agree.
It's about nothing. The characters are all nothing.
I agree.
The relationships are the most like atomic family, barest of the bones.
I agree.
And
I think Sam Worthington's a little more better in this one.
wow,
He's a little
more better.
He's done a few more films. It's clearly.
I love his dreads. They look so good. They do not. They look horrible.
Oh, I don't know about that. I like the dreads.
I
I don't like the dreads, but they just look real.
I hate the villain. I hate the villain reveal. I hate the villain's motive. Which
Are you
is
talking about
stupid.
Stephen Laing?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why was this group trying to kill Jake so much?
Okay.
Were they just mad?
Okay, so let's go back. Yeah, that's okay. Let Ryan go, and then we'll go back to the stuff that doesn't work about this movie. But I'll hang on to
I
it.
couldn't stop thinking about that. I'm like, why are they doing this?
It seems like a lot that Edie Falco and this whole RMA are like, we gotta kill this guy. It is number one.
Yeah.
It's like, is it really?
The entire U.S. military
This guy
needs to
And then
travel across the galaxy, the universe, to kill one man in a weird blue robot body.
He's Torak Makto. Anyways, continue, Ryan.
Yes, please.
But like, it's there's nothing like of value here.
The script, I agree, it's nothing. We could host it, we could put the laptop on here and it'd be more useful.
Yeah,
probably.
exactly. And there's so much to it though. Like, it just keeps going.
It's a long movie.
It tries to like bring you into this world that just feels so like hollow and like, I don't understand what people do all day besides talk to their animals.
Exactly, yeah.
And like,
Seems like a simpler life, if you ask me.
it's just like, yes, the visual effects are very like cool and fun, But like, if that's all that's going for it, then I might as well just be at a theme park.
And that's exactly what I'm saying.
But then it's just not a movie. Like, it's just not a movie. Like, am I supposed to self-insert myself as Jake Sully? Am I? Because like he's.
I don't know. Are you?
I don't know.
I am Jake Sully. I am Jake Sully.
I'm just like fascinated by all of this, and everyone's all like, "Wow, they made this!" Like, they make so much stuff. Like, any animated movie looks better than this.
Oh, go fuck yourself. I will not. That's where I'll draw the line. Okay, here's what I'll say. Is the story in this movie nonsense? Is it nothing? There's nothing. Is it a theme park ride? Absolutely. I fucking love this theme park ride. And there is value. What I'll say is there is value, not as a movie, like the story they're telling, but there is value in the hard work that these people have put in to make this real. I am not shitting you. I'm here to tell you, I'm the guy who saw Avatar High Frame and IMAX 3D, and I don't know what was real and what wasn't real. I couldn't tell anymore. I don't know. This water, everything is what these are. Navi are real. This whale is my friend. This water, I can drink it. I am not joking. It just looked real to me. It looked amazing.
I would occasionally think that way, but then like I'd see scenes with a human kid and be like, oh yeah, this is all a fake, horrible, awful world.
Spider's not great.
Spider, because like he also looks. Yes, exactly. He looks weird, but like he's just a kid, and like
he's also not a great actor, but he's a kid. He's really bad though. He's really bad.
I hate the hair they gave him. I hate the outfit they gave him when, like, he has human scientists taking care of him. Give him a regular shirt and jeans. He doesn't need to dress like that.
Maybe they find it entertaining.
Horrified men with some culture.
Sometimes it's not cool knowing who your parents are.
You know, my dad's not like other dads. He's dead.
Yeah.
Like some dads.
But not like other dads. Other dads are alive. But yeah, Carrie, the motive is basically like the villains of the first movie, they all died because Jake Sully's wife.
And now they're not.
And now there are robots who were uploaded and they were told like, hey, he killed, you don't know this because you're a robot, but he killed you and you want to kill him now. I was like, all right, cool, I want to kill him now. God. So I'll stop at nothing to kill this guy. Okay, great.
I will say that Stephen Laing is so goddamn good, but he's a Navi, he's less good. Yeah. I miss old hoorah Stephen. Again, here's the part where it's like, he says, you may kill us Marines, but we'll regroup in hell. Hoorah! Semper Fi. I was like, fuck yeah, let's fucking go, baby. Let's fucking go. I fucking love how cartoon of a villain, like, this fucking January 6th motherfucker. I love it so much.
I've seen that so much of that one guy.
Yeah,
like,
with the Oakleys. But yeah, like, again, yes, this movie's nothing. I don't know. I think, technically, what do we do with Avatar The Way of Water? Is Avatar The Way of Water a good movie? No. Is it going to be good when it comes out on Blu-ray and 4K? No. Because it's effervescent. It's like cotton candy. Like, it's cotton candy and I'm a raccoon and I put it in water and it's gone. Because it's only good in a movie theater and it's only, like, the novelty. So does that make it valuable? Probably not, but I think the cool shit that people worked hard on doing it for this theater experience is really neat. It's a cool attraction ride. And I guess that's all it is, but that's still something, whereas I want to play that Avatar game, and I want to go on that Avatar ride on Disney, and I want to see Avatar 3, 4, and 5. So we'll see, but it's not a good movie. I am shocked. Okay, even as a person who likes this movie and was thinking of watching it a third time, and I might still, I'm shocked that it's posting the numbers that James Cameron probably said this is going to do as good as Avatar 1. I am shocked that people are actually going to the movie theater to watch Avatar.
I was thinking that
more than Black Panther.
I was thinking of like
crazy.
More than the Batman. That's insane.
Because like for a movie to do this well, it has to get like the normal people.
Yes.
And like this is a movie about blue aliens who look disgusting freaks.
You know,
and people are like, I love this. And it's like,
it is weird. I don't get it.
I cannot comprehend that.
Like, I didn't see Avatar in a theater when the first one came out, but it feels as weird. Because
Yeah.
it's like, why is everyone watching this? It's like, all right, that's pretty good.
Yeah, why are
More
like
than the Batman.
The Robert Pattinson hate is still so strong.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
can't believe it.
Yeah.
Unacceptable, really.
Mm-hmm. Ryan is like scound, like baby, walking around not knowing what he's doing, as Neytiri said. I don't know, what else did they... Kate Winslet is in this movie as this, I didn't know... Once I knew it was Kate Winslet, it was obvious it was Kate Winslet, but before that, I was like, who's Kate Winslet? And then it's like, oh, that's clearly Kate Winslet crying about this whale. What was the last things we got to say about Avatar: The Way of Water? I think how much James Cameron doesn't give a fuck about this script. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Funny.
The fact that when they get the whale and they drill the hole in the whale and they grab this stuff is worth $5 billion in its eternal youth. It is the most valuable thing. But what about the fucking unobtainium? What happened to that? Like,
We
what?
don't need it anymore.
they need a new thing. It's a new movie.
You know what? Great. Again, he doesn't give a shit. He's like, go fuck yourself. I don't care. Anyways, that's Avatar: The Way of Water. Good look. I think was Avatar 3 is the something about the ash people.
Yeah, it's Fire Avatar.
Yeah.
Oh.
And James Cameron was like, right now you've only met like the good Na'vi, but there is like bad Na'vi.
They are naughty.
So what shade of blue are these guys going to be? Or are they going to be red?
I assume they're gonna be red.
Ooh.
I don't know.
That's gonna be fun.
Only Awa knows, Ryan. Only Awa knows. Anyway, see you in 2024 for that.
Yeah, I was gonna go into a whole other Avatar thing. I don't
No.
think we should.
Anyways,
Is each movie going to have a different kind of avatar?
that'd be pretty silly. Well, no, by 4 I assume we're gonna go on Earth. I assume by the 4th one we go on Earth.
Oh, and we have like Navi scaling.
And then we get to see what the Earth looks like, how bad it is.
That would be awesome.
I'm
I'm
excited.
all for like, like Earth looking like crap because like, I mean, have you seen it?
Yeah,
Damn.
As I gesture out the window, it already looks horrible.
it does look pretty bad.
Man, I hate Avatar so much.
I like Avatars, but I've wound up again just in the context of going in a movie theater and watching it. But,
I had a good time.
anyways, January M3gan. Definitely have not seen M3gan.
Nope.
No thoughts on it. The only thing I'll say right now is I still think it's weird that they put the 3 there. Because, you just because Megan 2, Megan's done. There you go.
Yeah.
But now you're fucked. You're going to have to call it Megan 3 without the 3 in the middle. What is this, amateur hour? Fuck that. Anyways,
Idiots.
A Man Called Otto. Everyone is going crazy about A Man Called Otto. They're just laughing at it. I'm hearing that it is just surpassed Avatar: The Way of Water. Actually, man, people love Otto. This guy's crazy. Did
Heart of Gold. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Tom Hanks is Otto. He's grumpy.
All I can say is my parents are watching this right now.
Ooh. Maybe we can expect a real-time text.
Nah, Otto guy, he's different. He's a little different.
Yeah, my mom was a fan of this movie. She said it was pretty good, but also pretty depressing. So I was like, maybe I'll have to check it out.
Plane.
The plane was just the beginning.
Remember when we went to see Glass Onion and they played this trailer in front of the movie? And we were like, oh wow, this looks bad. And then at the end of the trailer, it's like, plane! And it's like, oh, this looks amazing.
Like, the best part, like, is in the trailer, is like, the plane was just the beginning. Because, like, it has a plane crash, like, they're all on the island, and it's like,
The movie's called Plane! I thought that was
what do you mean?
Yeah,
I almost saw this movie the other day because I was bored
wanna
one
watch
night.
it.
But I was like, I can't watch this alone.
Yeah, anyways.
We still gotta watch Moonfall.
We do.
God, it's too many
Did you
movies.
see what's the one with the asteroid or not the asteroid? What is it? The one it's like knowing but not knowing. What the fuck is it?
Moonfall?
No, it says Gerald Butler. Graceland?
Greenland?
Greenland.
Graceland. It's his Elvis movie.
Exactly.
I did not see Greenland. I heard it was actually good.
Oh.
So, makes me want to see it a little less, to be honest. But they did have, I went to Ben's Game Zone recently. They did have that DVD
I did
for
see Greenland.
$2.
Yeah.
So, maybe might pick up.
Shin Ultraman. Hideaki Anno, right?
He wrote it.
He wrote it.
Yeah. I wanted to see this the other day, but I got the dates wrong for when it was because it was only like like a 2-day thing.
Oh yeah, my little brother already saw it.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Nerd. But like when I realized that it was shown in theaters, it was just the dub version of it. And normally I'm fine with seeing a dub of like an animated thing, but like, for a live action thing,
That's
I
weird.
physically I
Yeah.
physically cannot do that. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not paying $16
That's-
to go
yeah.
to a gross theater
Yeah.
to watch a dubbed live action Japanese movie. I'm not doing
Only
that.
time it's acceptable is in an Italian horror movie. 'Cause
Ah,
I'm like,
that's
this
pretty
is
good.
nice.
Yes,
That's
this is
good.
Any other time, I'm like, ew, gross.
yes.
Yeah.
Can't stand it. But yeah, I've heard this is very fun and
Yeah, I want to see it as well. Sick. What is this?
this is a Peacock slasher film from the writer of some of the Scream movies.
Oh.
And it takes place. I've seen it. I won't talk about it, but I've seen it. And it takes place April 2020. What do you think people were doing back then?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
So basically, it's about these two friends who went to quarantine in one of their parents' cabin in the middle of nowhere, and then a slasher movie happens.
Oh. Why is it called Sick?
Because everyone's
everyone's
sick.
Oh.
You heard of COVID, George?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Skinamarinky Dinky Dink. I love you.
Skinnamarink-a-doo.
Again, another movie you guys definitely have not seen. Definitely not. Skinamarink. I guess I'm gonna try to describe this movie even though I haven't seen it. It is a bizarrely shot, like found footage, but not really about a little kid. I'm just making this up at this point.
So this movie blew up because it was shown at like a bunch of film festivals. But one of them like had like a glitch apparently, so someone was able to pirate the movie and put it online. So like it blew up.
Oh, I got a following.
Viral sensation.
It blew
That's
up on
the
like
reason it
Reddit
got a
and
big-
TikTok.
Well, because it didn't have distribution before.
No,
it blew
no.
up,
It
did
was
Yeah,
no. And it only like got distribution because people were talking about it.
Yeah.
And then I think IFC and Shudder were like, ooh.
I'm surprised Shudder didn't jump on that sooner.
I mean,
honestly.
it's a very like it was just made in someone's house. So
Yeah.
like it probably was just like they might have not even known it existed.
It might have not,
Probably
yeah.
not. But yeah,
Joe Bob
it's-
didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about two little kids. They wake up in their home and their parents are gone and all the doors and windows of their house are gone. It's just blank walls, so they're sealed in the house. And maybe there's some spooky stuff going on. Who knows what's going on? I don't know. And it's shot very like experimental, non-traditional film, 1995 VHS recorder video style is how I would describe it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah, we might have more to say about that. in a
yeah.
month.
The weird thing about it is I was expecting it to be day and date on Shudder, so I clicked on it. I was like, it's not yet. Not
No,
yet.
I think they just said later this year.
Yeah, it's weird.
Mm.
There you go. Missing. Oh, this is the
Searching.
Yeah, the next
Yeah.
movie, like, well, it's not really, but it's made by the same people, same format as
Yeah.
Searching, but different.
It's about a girl whose mom goes
On a
missing,
vacation, yeah, and then it's like, oh,
And
she
then-
never came back.
and then she does a John show.
Yeah.
Does a big John show. I need to rewatch Searching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
it's been
was a
while.
solid movie.
Yeah, it's been a while.
2019?
18?
Fuck.
Feels more
hell.
like 18. I don't know.
Yeah.
A long time ago. God damn. Anyways, Infinity Pool.
Hell yeah.
Brandon
baby.
Cronenberg.
Bro,
baby.
Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Infinity.
Oh no!
What's
Skinamarink, get this guy out of here.
Skarsgård? What's the first name of this guy? Skarsgård?
Alexander Skarsgård?
Alexander
I think
Skarsgård
it's
is
that
a
Skarsgård.
writer, and his wife is rich, and they go out like, let's go, hang out. Maybe you'll get some inspiration.
And then the worst thing that could possibly happen
Is
to
Mia
a person is you run into Mia Goth.
How dare you?
Listen, we would love that.
Yeah.
We would cherish the experience, but think of a normal person.
They would get enlightened.
Oh,
They would get some culture.
Also, at this
Ideally,
point,
yes.
I want to see A Cure for Wellness. Is also
Yeah, baby.
yeah, movie
We've
night.
been there since the beginning.
Yes.
I saw it happen. I saw a tweet that
Yeah.
someone was like, now that Mia Goth is getting more popular, I hope people go back and revisit Gore Verbinski's masterpiece, Cure for Wellness. I was like,
Listen,
thank you.
we saw it and we were like, who is she? And what is going on with my heart? It's beating so fast.
Oh.
Anyways, I saw a different trailer for this, and I don't know if you've seen a second trailer for this, or have you only seen the one trailer where it's really cryptic. Like I saw a second trailer that pretty much explained the movie.
I think I've only seen the first
Like,
trailer, 'cause I don't know what the movie's about.
Yeah.
So I do now, and I'm a little less excited about it.
Oh.
But we'll see. It's weird. I don't want to spoil. Again,
Yeah.
it's better than I was not happy that I saw the trailer. I saw it in front of the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship, which was weird. Anyways, yeah. I mean, I'm not super excited, but I'll watch it. I mean, there's not much going on in January, and I like Mia Goth, and sure.
I'm a big. I've only seen Possessor, but I was gonna say I'm a big Brandon Cronenberg fan.
Has he made other big stuff though?
I think he made one other
He made
film
something
before
else,
Possessor.
Called
Yeah.
Viral or something.
Yeah, it was like a
Something
short
like
thing,
that.
just
Yeah.
like a not short, like a limited thing.
Small.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Possessor, so very excited.
Mia Goth can do anything, so.
Yeah, she's pretty good. Anyways, that's January. Not a lot of stuff. I mean, honestly, for the most part, it looks like your normal weird January.
Yeah.
There's not your dumb, like, I guess Plane would be like the dumb
Yeah.
action kind of film.
I think
It's like, what are we doing?
M3gan would be that, but I think they knew what they had and what they were doing.
Here's the thing, I don't think they did.
Are you serious?
I think they did not think the dance stuff would blow up as big as it did.
Well, we'll see. We'll
Because
talk about it then.
that blew up on the internet.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We'll see. We'll talk about it then. Anyways, M3gan. That's a podcast, I guess. Ryan Lance, where can people find you?
If you go to http://www.letterbox.com/filmpiece. That is my Letterboxd account. You can see my thoughts on various movies I've seen. I rewatched The Shining recently. I bought it in 4K.
The 4K, yeah.
4K looks very good.
I've seen a bit of it. It looks really, really good.
It's a very good 4K. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I know it's 11, but I'm going to watch Dr. Sleep, the director's cut again. Also, a very good movie. I feel so sorry for all those limp dick idiots who think it's a bad movie. Because, my God, that's a great movie.
Were you sleepy after it? Because it was 2 a.m.
It was 2 a.m. I was very
Did
tired.
Dr. Sleep usher you to the afterlife with his magical cat?
Listen, all I'm saying is, if a cat also has The Shining, it's a good movie.
True.
Carrie, where can folks find you?
If you go to Letterboxd and look up the film Puka, and then sort reviews by most popular on the entire website, I'm at the top.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
That's me, Carrie, with my Puka review.
I am slowly becoming the most popular review of the Into the Dark movie Pure. Because, like, I'll get, like, likes on it, and then I'll look and I'm like, I am moving up. I am, like...
That movie's not very
likes.
good.
My other New Year, New You, that keeps getting likes because I made fun of Elon Musk in the review when it first came out, and now everyone keeps being like, Elon Musk. So, evergreen review.
Yes. It's good that we jumped up.
See how far Ryan is on this Pure. You're not.
I'm moving up. Yeah. I'm not like a big social media person, so I don't expect to get a lot of like likes on things. So when I get something like that like, it's like, that's interesting.
Not a very good movie, Pure.
It's fine.
It's all right.
For an Enter the Dark thing, it's totally fine.
Anyways,
I was just checking. Mine is still at the top.
Nice. There you go. And you can find. I don't think I have anything popular on Letterboxd. No, I don't think I have anything. I might, but I don't think so.
Someday.
Someday.
A review of Avatar 3.
Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, you can find me at J. Chris Oliver's 26.
Yes.
Yeah, that's me. I will at this point, by the time this podcast is up, I would have watched the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy probably. See what I think of it, because I don't remember anything about the Two Towers at all.
My favorite is the last one.
I remember that when I watched it, I thought it was incredible. But it's been a decade since I've seen it.
Specifically, I liked the scene with the you'll see the scene with the king when he starts singing. I'm like, this is one of the best scenes ever. I think.
Good movies. Anyways, until next time. Bob. Oh, actually, real quick. We're getting close to our best of. Not yet. We do it around Oscar time, so that's March. So, we're pretty caught up. I feel already.
I think I just need to watch Tar.
I need to watch RRR and Tar. And the Fabelmans.
I also want to watch RRR. I need to watch that.
But the point being is, I'm saying that hey, it's coming soon. The definitive. Finally, we'll find out what is the best movie of 2022. Finally, and don't stay up at night looking for that skinny marinky man.
Go to bed. Should not.
Don't go to the bathroom. Don't go, in the middle of the night. Don't get a glass of water. Just stay in bed. Anyways.
And listen to our podcast.
Until next time. Bye-bye.